I would have said Disney it up, but that probably works.
Disney too. We're getting our black, like Johnny Depp's going to be a black woman now. Like I guess that'll go over well.
Johnny Depp is,
that
the historical character of Jack Sparrow.
So, Disney wouldn't stand with Johnny after Amber Heard pooped in his bed and told those lies on him. So then when Johnny was vindicated in his trial, Disney approached Johnny Depp, and I don't remember the number to come back, but it was like tens of millions. And so
hundreds of millions.
Could have been, Disney doesn't give a fuck. They'll make a whole new trilogy. Well, anyway, I guess Johnny Depp didn't want to do it, or they didn't come to terms. But now it's a black lady pirate.
Oh, good.
I mean, I don't really care about that one as much.
I hate the. Yeah. I'm being honest. I hate those fucking movies. And the very first one, they do this thing where like the bad guys are kidnapping the Keira Knightley or whoever the fuck it is. And one of them gets hit in the head with a pan, and they put in that cartoony sound effect that goes dong. And I checked immediately out. I'm like, this is this fucking playground movie. Yeah. I don't want to see this kid's movie.
It's a movie for kids.
Yes.
I loved it in middle school.
Toy Story's more adult than that.
Toy Story is another great movie. But yeah, I really don't care about that one. I just don't like when they're doing a historical thing or it already has established lore. Like a show about Japanese history. If there's a bunch of white and black guys running around, that takes you out of it.
And like I said, I've just been trying to escape like propaganda. Like I don't want any messaging. I just want a good show, a drama where I don't feel like I'm being like talked down to or tried to be shown an allegory to represent modern struggles. We're in this modern world. I watch CNN.
Exactly.
I'm trying to escape that. Take me away to a magical realm where it doesn't matter who wins the election. And I don't care who Dark Brandon is.
Yeah. A lot of writers just see their work that are seemingly based on what Netflix, Hulu, and a lot of them do is just like, oh, it's not about being entertaining. It's about this being a vehicle for what I like.
It's the message. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, what do I want to make this story into? And it's like, well, it's a story about Vikings. So can it be about Vikings? Like, can that be it? Like, please.
I always say, like it's funny to me that nobody still wants to make the story of that guy who like escaped from slavery and became a Union officer and captured like a Confederate boat of some kind and sailed it north and gave it to the Union and like maybe became like a senator or something. Like that's a real African American who did the crazy. So why do we have to make a Pirates of the Caribbean? You've already got like a cool hero guy to make a historical show about where everybody would be black. All the main characters would be black.
No, they want Johnny Depp.
Yeah, they do. No, well, they don't need Johnny Depp anymore.
Yeah, I guess they don't. They want a new Johnny Depp.
I've always thought Johnny Depp was so fucking weird looking, dude. Like he seems like a genuinely nice guy, but man, he's odd looking fellow, huh?
Yeah, he's a little odd looking, but I liked him in those movies. Like, okay, I haven't seen the Pirates of the Caribbean movies since I was like in middle school, but I remember really liking how well he played like a stumbled drunk guy.
The first three, because that's him. Yeah, the first three are pretty good. I think that's sort of like, for me that was every Marvel movie up until Endgame, and then there's nothing after that. In my mind,
I thought he was just a weird guy until the Amber Heard trial, and then I watched so much of it that I really came to like almost love Johnny Depp as a human being. He is he's just a cool guy. He's not ashamed of his vices or his lifestyle. No. He is just like a pure being. And I'm sure being filthy rich and internationally famous allows you to flow like that. Mm-hmm. And so good for him. But I remember there's this clip of him volunteering his time at a children's hospital. I think the kids are dying. And at the time, like, I think Amber had thrown that bottle and chopped off his finger. And so the tip of his finger's gone. And this little girl goes, "What happened to your finger?" And he's making up a silly lie about like what happened to his finger. And it's fucking sad because that crazy lady attacked him. That's what happened to his finger. And they were trying to smear him, that's where Johnny keeps his drugs. And he's like, "Yes, that's my drug bag. Yeah, that's where I keep them." He was just straightforward about, druggy bag. That's what I call it. He was just so straightforward and honest when they're like, "Had you done more than one glass of alcohol?" Well, once you open the bottle, he was just smooth every step of the way, like just clearly unashamed of the fact that I smoke, I do drugs, I smoke cigarettes, I drink alcohol, sometimes to excess. Oh yeah, absolutely. Sometimes, if I'm having a jam session. It's like,
and meanwhile, everyone's like, well, I mean, he's jamming, He's
yeah, I mean, what else are you gonna do?
Let him get
meanwhile, like
picked up.
And it was, and people on social media were literally like, man, I love this guy. And you gotta imagine the jurors, at least some of them, were like, this guy's so fucking cool.
So
I
I
had
had
any of it.
Like,
you didn't watch any of it?
Not even.
I was plugged in. in.
I had
dude in his bed.
Yeah. So Netflix actually has a like a 3-part
used to be a waitress.
series. Yeah. They had a 3-part series on the whole Amber Heard trial. And I heard that, he got the tip of his finger cut off or whatever, but then they showed it. I'm like, dude, that is like a real injury.
Yeah,
like that is actually, holy crap.
I do remember that.
Yeah, that was like nuts. I can't believe that was like,
it's like,
I think that was downplayed. And
that's what happens when someone throws like shattered. Like, did they throw like shattered glass at him, or she swung a shattered bottle,
a wine bottle or something? Yeah.
I think she threw like a fifth of vodka, like one of those heavy goose bottles, and it like smushed his finger between like the bottle and a wall or something, and it broke. It looked like it like crushed like the tip of his finger. Like it was like exploded. It was,
that looked really painful.
That's I saw last night on Disney or maybe on Plex, one or the other, the new Aquaman movies on there. My girlfriend was like, "Oh, you want to watch Aquaman?" And I'm like, "I stand with Johnny." Like we're not watching it. Amber Heard's in that fucking movie. She's the fucking I
my
literally
wife
won't watch it.
Watched it, and then I think it was after this show. I came downstairs and it was like almost over.
Yeah,
shockingly bad. Like I'm a guy who enjoys big CGI fights. Like I'm the one guy left who still does. I saw the Aquaman CGI fights. It was terrible, super bad. It didn't even look like the actors. Like they could have hired me if they're going to CGI the people that much. Speaking of cameos, Johnny Depp was in Walking Dead, which is my favorite Walking Dead cameo.
Where?
Season?
I think he might have just literally been a severed head. I'm not sure, but yeah, he was in it.
Okay. That new show came out. I haven't watched it yet. The Rick and Michonne show. That I think the first episode came out. I'll wait till a few are out, but I'll probably get pulled back into that filthy fucking universe that they bastardized just over and over for years. I'm so upset
what
with
went
that
wrong?
show. Do you watch the show?
So I've seen the first like 3 or 4 seasons.
You don't plan to go back?
No, I'm like I'm good. I feel.
Did you get to Negan?
I got out, but I know who he is.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I thought the show was quite good. I didn't like season 2. But other than that, I really liked it up until about a year after Negan. Maybe they fought Negan for too long. Negan was so popular with the fans, I think, that they were like, "Oh, we can't kill Negan off. Let's figure out how he's going to be part of the tribe forever." And so they have this war with Negan and Walking Dead does this multiple season per season thing too. That's a bit confusing at times. They have like 2 seasons per year. It felt like for 4 seasons almost, we were at war with Negan or just trying to get Negan. And it's like, man, this isn't sticks and stones and bows and arrows. We all have machine guns. If we were at war with one guy for a year, like I think we'd get him or we'd give up. Like it would be over. Somebody would have died. And that gets annoying. It gets to this thing that Sons of Anarchy fell into at times where they're gun runner gang members who have beef with other gun running gang members and the Irish Republican Army is involved, like terrorists and shit. And yet we'll have a big shootout and nobody will get hurt. It's like, dude, that wasn't fisticuffs at a bar. That was a machine gun fight. Yeah, that guy threw a grenade. Like one guy genuinely shot it with an RPG one time, and it was like nobody got hurt. Like,
everybody just sucks.
Are we talking about Walking Dead still? I'm sorry, my internet seemed to.
Yeah.
Zach, can you show that picture? I don't know which one is Johnny Depp. Maybe you guys. I'm terrible.
It's on the right.
It's on the right.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. See, normal people can tell.
Yeah. Right away.
There we go.
You knew that was Johnny. That doesn't look like Johnny Depp at all, but okay.
It was the only one with his cheekbones.
It's definitely not the one in the middle. I'm just processing.
That's literally my first guess, the middle one.
Oh, shit. Well,
because they were paying attention to it. That's why.
Yeah, it's definitely. Well,
Definitely.